I don't know if any of you guys know, but Paimon, as in like with the dots, sends me emails saying like, oh, here's the new, here's the new version, you should get excited, come check it out. And I guess they saw that I made a good chunk into the Archon quest in the last stream, and it sent me an email that basically like, oh, come back to the quest, why don't you play a bunch? Like carry on the quest. This is where, like, it was basically recapping the story so far. But it told me things I hadn't seen yet. Paimon sent me a spoiler. I mean, I knew it was coming because I've seen the spoiler already, but Paimon wasn't supposed to tell me the spoiler. It was like, oh, having put... Okay, we know that we're going to try, and I think the idea was we're going to put Farina on trial. That seemed to be the point. And, well, I don't want to say it because we haven't got there, but I'll tell you when we get there what the spoiler is, because I know Child of Peace would know the spoiler, for example. But it was, it was saying things like, oh, with Farina on trial, with this verdict never seen before. And I said, what do you mean never seen before? Huh? Hello? That's not... I'm not supposed to know that yet. Paimon, you're supposed to tell me a spoiler. And I was very upset. Well, okay, I was just disappointed that Genshin, the email system, didn't tell... Well, it is a spoiler if you haven't done it yet. Like, because also it was a reminder that was saying, like, go continue the quest because you got halfway through it. And then it told me... No, it told me what the verdict was. I just didn't say it. But it told me, like, with this verdict, insert verdict here, never seen before... You hear it in the version live stream. Okay, fine, but I didn't. You think I was playing the version live stream? No. So I was a bit disappointed. But it was also the way it was phrased. It was phrased like a recap. It was not a recap. It was a spoiler. Also, the fact that I'm not losing means that there are people who are even worse at using Kinich than me. And I just think that's really funny. The Kinich one is quite hard though, because you can only stay like floating for so long. And then it has to reset, so you kind of... Like, I've just missed that entirely. I do love that I'm just getting these coins by not even using Kinich. I'm just clicking the buttons and just like, running into them. And it's working. Oh yeah, see, I'm climbing the rock, and it's glorious. I'm not utilizing Kinich very well. I'm mostly just sprinting. I'm not even sprinting. And I'm still not losing though, and I love that. No matter how badly I'm doing, I'm not the loser because I've never had to indwell a Saurian. So clearly I'm doing something right. Okay. I didn't even get a score. Great, I just got a participation prize. Sure. That's fine. I remember last time I did this, I kept running out of phlogiston, and Milani just had to run, and it was just a little bit embarrassing. Because this whole point is that you get to, like, use these characters, fully. I just had to keep stopping, because Milani got stuck. Wait, why am I winning? No, don't let me be winning. Winning is dangerous. Because winning means that they target you. This is fine. Oh, did I accidentally unindwell the Saurian? Wait, I had the most trial coins at the end? Wow. Oh. Oh, I think we just kidnapped her. That is true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place. Oh! Are we going to try and dissolve her? It has been established that all Fontanians can dissolve in water from the Primordial Sea, and that means... Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter. What happens if you dissolve a god? Like, then what? What do we do at that point? Ah! I'm fine. Look at me, everyone. My hand is still here. I haven't been dissolved. She had no idea that was gonna work. Think about it. How can you conclusively prove an Archon can't also be affected by the primordial seawater? Also, I mean, like, Mavuika, I guess we didn't know this at this time, but she's a human god. But I guess you wouldn't know this at this point in Fontaine. Okay, I retract that statement. The Hydra Archon, guilty, to be punished via the death sentence. Oh! What's more strange is, instead of Farina, the Oratrice rendered judgment on the Hydra Archon. Oh, who we just decided Farina wasn't. Interesting. She poured primordial seawater into the ocean's blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process. If Fontanians were to ever come into direct contact with the water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse and they would be reverted to their original forms as oceanids. Oh. Is it osmosis? Is that what this was this whole time? Because I thought it was something like the two counteracting, but it just says if they come into contact with water, the power within their bodies would escape the restraints and return to the sea. It's osmosis. Oh no. Well, maybe it's like the opposite of osmosis. It's like anti-osmosis. It's being sucked back out. Oh no. They got like osmosis. And that makes so much sense. It's like the water went out, the humanness disappeared, and you're left with oceanid, as opposed to like the water coming in and turning them into oceanids. It's the lack of water. I see. You may also recall Navi's experience when she fell into the sea. Her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended to hold a trial to determine her fate. Therefore, the meaning of the third slate is... Oh, have we triggered the prophecy? Do you need to judge the Hydra Archon? That the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydra Archon at the Court of Justice. As the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before. I have? Wait, could it be? Giant whale? I know the giant whale has got to come up somewhere, because Child is still missing. Is it the giant whale? Well, I guess that answers the question of what Child has been this entire time. Is he fighting a whale? After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. Ah, okay, so she is the god and this is the body. Interesting. In truth, it is no act of justice, it is in fact a device created to kill the god of justice. Ah? Huh? That would explain the giant sword! In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydra Archon to the Hydra Dragon of this planet. But... it was foreshadowing! I see. Things being as they are, surely you know I could never declare them to be guilty. Oh, she's smart. She planned everything. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within, I shall share part of the Ancient Dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together. Okay, is that why the whale eats us? Is that all part of Nouvelette's plan? Why is there a hole looking thingy over there? It looks really scary. And there's a guy in here too. Has no one questioned the man? Did she just yeet Child? She just threw the novel like a ball and then threw him after. What was that? Oh, see? It's the side that I've done all the interesting stuff in the Archon quest is telling me to go and do the Mondstadt one. But I've not done the Fontaine one. You could wait just a little bit before you decide to switch focus. Come on. Here are the interview notes. They mentioned the flying ship may have many uses in the future, and the journalist asked me what I thought of them. Seriously, how would I know anything about that? Flight is just flight. Whether people want to use a flying ship to broadcast good news or organize weddings is none of my beeswax. A wedding, huh? Wait, Wait, are they a couple? I can't tell. He looks shocked and she is going like, oh. Why are you looking at me like that? So the flying ship can be used for weddings? I didn't say that. The journalist mentioned it, and what does that have to do with us anyway? True, what does that have to do with us? I actually don't know if they're a couple or not. And if they aren't, like, if one of them is pining, because it's sort of sad. I got the impression that he was, and she was like, I do not want to be associated with this man. But just now, she is the one who was making jokes about weddings. So I don't know. When you think about it, we've had a lot of run-ins with the Fatui. Do you think we've been allied with them this time? I'm shocked by such a simple switching of sides. Yes. Enter the fortress. Oh, he really is there. That was so rude. Are you kidding me? I was there and the game did a little cutscene and it doomed Yao yet. Now can I climb up there? Because I don't want to have to run back over here and like teleport back to where I already was. That was so rude. Archon Quest recap time. So, I've been saying this for a while and I always forget, but like these Archon Quests, this game started a very happy little game, you know, pretty chill, and it's been descending into more and more extreme scenarios every nation. And we're getting into some actually quite interesting like social questions. Because like you start with Venti. Venti is just chilling in Mondstadt. Venti doesn't really care. And there's a dragon. You're fighting a dragon. That's, you know, pretty normal thing. You're fighting a dragon and the Abyss is trying to get you. This is a pretty, you know, standard game quest. And all is well. And then Signora comes and freaking steals the Gnosis directly out of his chest. It's just gone now. And that's when we hit this like, oh, okay, what's going on? Venti had no control of this. Then you get to number 2. The whole plot is like, oh no, someone murdered the Geo Archon. And you're spending the whole time like trying to solve this whole thing. And you know, and then you find out that Zhongli faked his own death and there were some other gods involved. And like, again, the Fatui there trying to steal a Gnosis. And then you find out the whole thing was like a ruse and you know, and he handed it away. He made a deal and he handed it away willingly. And you're like, okay. But okay, so far, so good. Then you get to Nazima and you're like, okay, I guess I'm in a revolution now where we're fighting the Archon in like a civil war. Again, we've ramped it up again. We find out like, yeah, we're just civil war, we're part of the resistance. That's like the whole thing. And also their Gnosis, they don't really seem to care. They just kind of gave that away quite chilly. So I don't know what's going on with these. Then you get to Sumeru. So, you know, we've gone from like very happy chill fighting a dragon to like the concept of gods getting weary and tired and needing to retire to civil war. And then we get to Sumeru, and the whole thing is that Nahida got like imprisoned by her people because they decided she was too weak. The whole thing, you know, they've been like stealing her power and using it this whole time. Like, it's all about political corruption, basically, and like, what would you call it? Like, I don't know, racism? I'm not sure if it's racism, but you know, the people of the desert are treated horribly compared to the people in the forest. Like, what is going on here? Inequality. It's all about like inequality. And again, Nahida gives away her Gnosis after like bargaining for it, and she's getting other information. And you find out like the world tree exists, and there's all this other lore about like, I don't know, our sibling not being a descender. So you know, we've gone from like fighting a dragon, gods needing to retire, civil war about resistance, to like political corruption and, you know, fighting social inequality. And then we get to Fontaine. There's a prophecy. We're fighting fate this time. Farina was lying the whole time. Well, not lying the whole time, being like a human this whole time. And you've got like Neuvillette being a dragon that we didn't even really know was going on in this whole time. It just kind of happened. And now there just is no Hydro Archon anymore. Neuvillette is the all-powerful. They gave away his Gnosis, but I don't know what that means, because the Gnosis is supposed to be like the Archon's power, but there's no Archon anymore. So does the Gnosis even do anything? Is it just an empty shell? I don't know, but he gave that one away because somebody warned him bring misfortune. He's like, okay, bye. Let me chuck that one away. Prophecy. So many people died. And then you get to Natlan, where it's again fighting against the Abyss for forever. You find out that the whole existence of Natlan's Archon, they're humans because the very first Archon made a deal with the like shade of death, and that's how they can resurrect. And so like the whole thing, so dodgy. And then like the very ending, they didn't even get the Gnosis because Capitano sacrificed himself to create a deathly paradox to cheat the ruler of death. Everything is just going, yeah, and I forgot. Rhea Davidson deleted herself from memory. That is also a thing that happened. Like, it's just getting more and more extreme. And I know that there's all these things about Celestia being bad. I'm pretty sure Celestia's pretty bad. Like, I mean, Venti kind of just ignored her. Zhongli, I don't know what Zhongli was doing. I'm not really sure. And then, like, they're all defying Celestia in their own ways. Because Venti just does not care. He's doing his own thing. Zhongli, I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to retire, but I don't think he did anything too extreme. And then, you know, Inazuma, I think A was probably not supposed to, like, forsake her body and just ignore everything, but, you know, quiet rebellion. And then whatever's going on in Subaru, like, I don't think they did it on purpose, but they're finding out all the stuff. And then Fontaine, it was a whole elaborate ruse this entire time. And Natlan, they've been doing it from day one.